and welcome to the North Metro Model Railroad Club. My name is David Clem. I'm one of the founding members. A small group of us started in 2010 looking for a permanent place to host a layout. We were tired of weekend shows. And in 2012, we found this room, which is 50 by 100 feet, and started creating our model railroad. Today we're going to talk about the Saunders Peninsula and what we do here and where it is and how we operate it. Saunders is located in south of Superior, Wisconsin, and we model that area. It was originally the Great Northern. Today it's the Canadian National and BNSF. All right. So at this end, I'm gonna talk about how these tracks and where they come from and where they go to. In the background, you can see Duluth. This two-track line here comes out of our hidden storage area from a helix. The other line comes out of Duluth. The one in the very front is what we call our show loop that actually goes to Brainerd, which of course is distance from the Superior Duluth area, but it's our show loop part. These two tracks come down. We can then, on this lower track, also head back to Duluth to go into the yard. But that's also how we feed into the track that goes up and services our lumber yard and our quarry. And then we come around. We'll go around, and again, we'll show you this represents the Kettle River, and then the big Kettle River Bridge, and we head on out. And then we would head out that line. We have two options. If we diverge, we can go under a storage area and time warp across to Rush City. Otherwise, we take the track and we head up to Brainerd and through the rest of the layout. All right, the train you see here is on our show loop. It's the loop we set up when we have open houses to run in a continuous loop around for the visitors. So of the three tracks here, this front one is the show loop. The one next to it goes to the helix, which goes down to storage, and the back one goes to Duluth. This is the Kettle River Bridge. One of our members, Scratch, built this after going up and taking photos, looking at the scenery and everything else. This is one of our primary pieces of the show, the layout, and it's just east of Sandstone, Minnesota. So at this crossover, the line going from right to left is the one going into Duluth. This line we're on is the one that goes up to Brainerd. The front track is the one that goes around through hidden storage and out to the Rush City area. All right, so this time as we're coming, we're going to take the diverging route and head on the track that eventually ends up over in Rush City. The engine around to pull the train the other direction, but we're coming back on that same line that came from Rush City. We'll cross the diamonds here, the one track going to Duluth. The back track there is our main. So we continued around from the Kettle River Bridge. We're going to take the diverging route and take the line down in front towards Duluth. That track is how we gain access to the Saunders lumber area and the quarry. So as we come out from underneath the bridge, we're heading towards Duluth. The turnout there is how we get back up to the lumber area and the quarry. So I'll stop after I get past it. I'm going to throw the turnout, and then we'll back up the hill. So we're heading up the hill. So we'll pull this load into the lumberyard area, and we can drop it off. So this area is our lumber facility. On our railroad, we have places that ship and receive. So this is where we're harvesting the wood that will be shipped off to elsewhere, either on the layout or distant locations that are off site, like in Kansas City, Seattle, whatever. All right, so we're coming over here to the quarry after we dropped our cars at the lumberyard. We're going to pick up these cars here. So up here we have a quarry. This is actually just made out of pink foam that's stacked and carved. You're standing in the quarry here. That's how we modeled it. So it surrounds us, we're inside of it. And then we have here an additional pit quarry where they're hauling out the blocks. And we've got the blocks and we haul those away as well. We can get crushed stone out of here. As you're gonna see as you look inside this mine, we have dinosaur bones in there. We have diamonds on the wall that sparkle. We use this mine for our scavenger hunts. It's a little Easter egg we like to have that people try to find and then go and see that we have some interesting stuff to see. All right, so this is the final round up where we're taking the back track, which takes us to Duluth. The front track also takes us to Duluth, the very front. That takes us down into the back side of Duluth. The track we are on now takes us to the front side of Duluth. All right, so our scenery here, most people who live in Minnesota or Wisconsin or this area will recognize that there's a lot of pine trees up in that area. We've modeled a little hillier than probably is reality up in that area, but we're using moderate alliances. We do have a cloud system, and we've got lights and thunder that go on. This is a Broadway limited set. It plays a routine after you turn it on about every 3 or 5 minutes. It'll play where you hear the winds coming up, you'll hear the rain start, the thunderstorm comes through, the rain stops, and then you'll hear crickets and frogs at the end. Thank you for watching this video on Saunders. This peninsula is both unique and typical of the layout we have here. It's typical because it has main line running, sidings, and some industries. It's unique because we have the Kettle River Bridge that you've seen. We have the Kettle River itself. We have quarries and we have mines that were up in the sandstone area. Those are no longer in operation, but we wanted to model those. If you've never been to the layout, I hope this gives you a closer look at what we do. If you have been to it before, maybe this will explain why we've got these industries here, why we've got this peninsula and the purpose of the peninsula, and your next trip will be more meaningful. We look forward to you coming back and seeing the layout, but also look for future videos on other sections of our layout.